You need to remember, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. These are the verses that you need them. And then comes other verses, mashallah, when the situation changes. When the Muslims are in power. Other ayahs, mashallah, come. Don't worry about it, inshallah. We'll come to that. There is something about the Sahaba that we need to know, brothers and sisters. A lesson from the Seerah of Nabi ﷺ. The Sahaba, especially the Meccan ones, the Muhajirin, before they migrated to Mecca, they have never, ever compromised. Never. And they have never betrayed Rasulullah ﷺ. Meaning, they could not even come up with an idea without consulting the Rasul ﷺ. Why? For two reasons. Number one, for the great example that they were following, Muhammad ﷺ, the leadership. Muhammad ﷺ was suffering more than them. So they knew that the leader is suffering, so why not us? We have to be patient like he is. The second one, the type of men and women that Allah chose for him are incredible. If you go and study the youth and the childhood of those Sahaba, is incredible. We will come to that inshallah after we finish the Seerah of Rasulullah ﷺ, when we start talking about the Sahaba bi'idhnillah. So they have never compromised the Aqidah, never give up on anything of principles of Aqidah. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned them. He said, من كان يريد الحياة الدنيا وزينتها نوفي إليهم أعمالهم فيها وهم فيها لا يبخسون. He wants the dunya, he was ready to sell himself to the devil, like some Muslims working now with the devil for some pennies, for a few pennies, and then they throw them like dogs. Whoever betrays his Muslim brothers, whoever is using them, they know that if you have betrayed your own kind, you are not trustworthy forever. You cannot be trusted all the time. Maybe we use you for a few months, few years, and then we're going to go and lash you. Because, learn this, brothers. What goes around? Thank you. Said who? Americans. The Quran says, وَلَا يَحِقُ الْمَكْرُ السَّيِّئُ إِلَّا بِأَهْلِهِ. Dirty politics turns only on the originators. Remember this. Some people will do things, mischief, and they will fall in the mischief. We say, in Algerian slang, اللي يحفر الخور حفرة يوقع فيه. He who digs for his brother a hole will fall in it, don't worry about it. Sooner or later he will forget. Because he has done so many holes, so he forgets which one. Sooner or later he will fall in it. So, the Quran was so clear with even Sahaba. If you want the dunya, we will give you the dunya, don't worry about it. Because dunya is given to non-Muslims as well. Dunya is given to them, by the way, more than us. Look at, look what they have done. To the moon and to Mars. But they could not stop the injustice in the streets. And they will never. Unless Islam becomes part of their life. So, أولئك الذين ليس لهم في الآخرة إلا النار وحبط ما صنعوا فيها وباطل ما كانوا يعملون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you cannot be more than clear than this verse. You cannot. When Allah said, even the Sahaba, if you want to sell your deen and sell the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and give up, no problem. We will make you enjoy the dunya for a while, and then you will have nothing in akhirah but Jahannam wal iyadhu billah. And all what you have done before is going to be habit. Habit ma sana'u. Everything you have done good, times zero. So Sahaba had this type of warning from one side, and seeing Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam like them, suffering and more than them. And they had that hope in Allah's Jannah, and that's what we call today an Iman. Brothers and sisters, we have to know that persecution, all kind of persecution, will never kill da'wah. Da'wah can never be terminated by persecution. Actually, the more persecution, the more sympathy people will have. Subhanallah. Look at the history of India. India. The more the British were persecuting and killing, the more people started getting around Mahatma Gandhi and other leaders. You have to know this. In any nation, there are people, Allah made it a logic. The more persecution, the more sympathy to those who are persecuted, even when they are not Muslim. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That brings us to the crack that started happening within the Mushrikeen camp. The boycott did not pass 3 years. After 3 years, some Mushrikeen started feeling like it's too much. This is not right. You see, what is wrong is always going to remain wrong, brothers. When they call you names that you truly are not, like what they're saying on CNN, Fox News, sooner or later people will know that Muslims are not like that. Muslims are good people. Muslims are really good people. And we are lucky to have Muslims in this country. I think Allah is sending rain just because of us, guys. Takbir. Some of you are like, yeah, you are so important for Allah. You say, La ilaha illallah. You might not know what you're saying, but it's very important, the word that you say. Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So a group of people started really discussing the issue. Hey, it's too much injustice. We cannot keep silent. Why? They were mad. Something about Meccan people. SubhanAllah, in Mecca, you find good or bad. You don't find in between. In Medina, there will be problems. Bigger problems. Because of our cousins. We talk about them later on. But in Mecca, you are good or you are bad. Like Abu Lahab. Abu Lahab and Abu Jahl versus Abu Bakr and Sa'd bin Abi Waqqas. Look at these two. Two people here. Even a person who was extremely bad, like Umar ibn Khattab, when he changes, he will be extremely good. So extremely good or extremely bad. There is no 50-50. MashaAllah. So there were people who were also of this kind. They said, look, we are mushriks, but we cannot accept everything our people are doing because this is against our values. So a man by the name of Hisham ibn Amr, who was a mushrik, he was not a Muslim, really felt that this is too much. He cannot be quiet. That the Muslims are being thrown in Shi'a Bani Hashim. Nobody buys from them, nobody says to them. So what type of human beings we are? We are not men enough to speak against an injustice. Brothers, non-Muslims are going to speak against injustice. Muslims today, in this city, see and hear of injustice, it's okay. As long as it doesn't touch you, brothers, you're not going to feel it. Some of you are very selfish. And it will be too late when it comes to you. It will be too late. So when you see an injustice done to a Muslim or non-Muslim, you have to speak against it. Peacefully. You have to say it's wrong, we cannot be quiet, we have to do something about it.